Hello and welcome to Gaga Knits. My name's Anita and this is where I like to share the things I've been making and what I've been up to in each month. So this is August's makes and a little trip away in the pod, which I will talk about later. It doesn't look like I've been doing much crafting, but I have, and it's all knitting. And I have been working on some of my Christmas in July projects, and also I have to start making things for 2 new babies that are on the way. So one of the ladies in work is expecting a baby and she asked if I could make a hat, and I said of course. So we went to our local yarn shop and she wanted some lemon yarn, so she chose this Jarrell super soft 4-ply, which is 100% acrylic, and I use this pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry, the free easy peasy leftover sock newborn hat. So it's only one size sort of fits all, and you had to use 3mm needles, so I had to buy some DPNs for this, and I have got the 8-inch. So they're a little bit too long really, but I'm thinking as they're 3mm needles, I'll probably I'll use them for adult hats as well, so the longer DPNs might come in more useful. And here's the little hat, and it's got a top knot, and she's not due until I think about Easter time, so I'll keep it here and give it to her later and make a few other things, because some people think it's unlucky, don't they, to give things a little bit too early for babies. So I made that, mostly knitted on it when we were away in the pod, because it was just something small. Like I said before, I'd rather read than craft when I'm away, so it seems shocking, I know, but you know, you've got to do the things that you enjoy and not force yourself just to craft and knit. You do it when you want to, don't you? And I've been working on Jack's Christmas jumper, my grandson Jack, and I use this pattern, Shaun the Sheep Pullover, and it is by Emma Hayward, and I am making the size 6 to 7. I'm using 3.5mm needles for the ribbing, 4.5 for the body, and all the yarn is Yarn Smith's Create Aran. So I am using grey as the main colour, and then red, cream and black and green for the other colours, and I have done the back, and now I have completed the front. I'm really hoping it will fit him. It's curled up at the moment, and I am pleased with it now, but I didn't enjoy knitting it because it doesn't look like it, but you actually have lots of little balls of yarn behind the work and they were all getting knotted up. And I have learned how to hold the yarn in 2 hands to do Fair Isle, but this, I think you call this intarsia, don't you, when you have lots of different balls. There are a couple of little holes, but I'll be able to stitch those up. It doesn't look like holes, but if you pull the fabric you can see some gaps, so I shall stitch those up. But we did do a video call, me and Jack, the other day, and I showed him this and he was really pleased with it, so it was worth all the effort. And now I've just got to do the sleeves, and I've decided I'm going to do them 2 at a time because I get bored of making the same thing twice. So if for a sock or sleeves I do one, I'm quite happy to do one, and then I get bored and don't want to do the other. So although it's obviously slower progress to do 2 at a time, that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully that will make it easier for me. And then I might as well show you the 2 Christmassy ones I've been working on, and then I've just got some progress on a project that isn't for Christmas. And all my Christmassy projects I'm keeping in Christmas bags, obviously. So Jack's jumper is in this lovely Peter Rabbit bag that Anne from Spa Knits made for me. And the next project is in a bag from Eva from Coco and Flora, which is another beautiful Christmas bag, slightly dirty. It looks like I've got food or tea on it, so I'm going to have to give them a wash. I don't usually wash my project bags, so I'm going to have to be careful how I do that. Now, my sister-in-law wants a, what's he called? An excited elf out of this book. And I have started work on him. Now, he is supposed to look like this. I'll put a picture up. So bear that in mind when you see mine. So far, my daughter said he looks more like a Moomin, but he hasn't got, I've knitted the arms, but I haven't sewn them on yet. And his face is turning, he's looking over his shoulder. But when he's got his arms on, his little dicky bow and his shoes and bells, I'm hoping he will look more like this elf he's supposed to look like. But, you know, I will still send him away to my sister-in-law, and then maybe she won't ask me to make anything again, or she might put him on his tree and laugh at him every year. I don't know. I did make her the fairy out of this book, and she liked that, but this is very fiddly and small. But he's coming along, and I need to finish him fairly soon because I want to send him off to America, and it does take quite a while to get to them, and they'll want it before the beginning of December for when they put all their decorations up, should they wish to add him to their decorations. And the final thing I've been working on, which isn't really very much to show you, because it's in 4-ply yarn. I always lose the pattern and I keep it in the pocket in the front. So this is in an Emma Ball bag, and it is the Forest Fields. I always forget what it's called. Oh, sorry, the Deep Field Top by Marina Skewer. And I am making the 3rd size, and I don't know what size that is, but I will put it in the notes. And the yarn I am using is Midwinter Yarns, and it's in the colour Faded Sea, and it's 4-ply, like I say, 100% Welsh wool, because there is steeking in this top. If I got a picture of the top, I'll have to put one in because I think I printed the pattern off without the picture. But there's steeking at the armholes and at the neck because it's a tank top, and it's better to steep with pure wool, which is yarn. I talked about it before because Anne from No Excuses sent it to me because I realised I had superwash and that wasn't going to be any good for the steeking. And the other yarn is this, which is glow in the dark. All these little bits will glow in the dark. So I thought it was funny because of the stars. And that yarn is, I have lost the ball band. No, I haven't. It's Bird Street yarn, and it is Superwash Merino Donegal Nep 4-ply. And I would be good if I showed you the progress, wouldn't it? I have just been knitting round and round, so there's not a lot to show you. And in the pattern itself, it's the stars are all the way down, but I've decided I don't really want that, so I'm making it shorter anyway, so a bit more cropped, and I'm going to just have it plain up until sort of under the bust, and then have the stars in the top part, because I just think it's taking so long just to knit round and round. So by adding all the colour work as well, I think I'll just get bored. So I knit the rib separately so that I've got a little bit of a split at the hem. And now I'm just knitting round and round so I can sit and watch TV and knit this without looking or counting stitches or anything. I just go round and round and round. So that's all right, but that has taken ages to do that. And that's all I've been working on this month, because the last 2 weeks of the month we went away in our campod. So we went to Cirencester for 5 nights, and we stayed in the Caravan and Motorhome Club site, which is attached to Cirencester Park, and you can have a free pass. There's a gate, then a free pass to get into the park every day, and it's a beautiful park, acres and acres of lovely walks, and you can walk through the park to get into Cirencester town, which is beautiful, really pretty. And there were a few charity shops and things there, and we went into one. Well, I bought 2 things, or 3 things. I bought a picture in the Cirencester Antiques shop. It was a lovely shop. It's absolutely huge. It's one of those shops, it just looks small from the outside, and you go in and it goes back for miles, and there were stairs to different floors, loads and loads to look at. We could have spent all day just in there. And I bought a little embroidery, framed embroidery with bees and things on it. So that was really nice. I like that. But we went around the charity shops. Now, when I was a child, I had a flower press. And I've been saying to Martin for a while, I wanted to look out for one and get a new one. And he said that he would make me one. And, well, he hasn't so far. And we went into a charity shop and I found a children's one. So I thought, you know, I'm going to buy it. It was £3. Why not? So I bought it and I brought it home. I put it in my craft room. I forgot all about it. And then I was watching Hannah, I think her name is, from the Real Vintage Dolls House. She's got a lovely podcast. It's she's very sort of 40s, 50s inspired. So a lot of her videos are about that sort of period and slower living and mindfulness. It's really nice. She's nice to watch. And she had a Victorian flower press, and she went to stay with friends and pick some wildflowers from their land and press them and made them into a beautiful picture. And the flower press was a beautiful dark wood, Victorian, like I say, a piece of art in itself. And it inspired me to get mine out, and mine looks like this. It's a child's one, but it's effective. So I went in the garden and picked some of the flowers that are coming to the end, really. So it's the end of the summer, and I thought I should pick some of the things from in the garden to remind me of all the flowers that came out this year. And one was quite a big fat flower, so whether that's going to work or not, I don't know. So I have put them all in this press, and Hannah says to leave them for about a month. So I just did it, I think it was the 2nd of September, so I'll have to wait until the beginning of October, take a little look, and if they are completely dried out, then that's fine, I can open them up. But if not, leave them for a little bit longer. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, whether I'll put them in a picture or whether they'll even work, but I thought I'd give it a go. So that was my first purchase. Well, craft purchase, because I did buy that picture. I'm not sure which order I bought everything in. And then also I bought this book. So it's the dressmaking, the complete step-by-step guide, and it's by Alison Smith. So there's loads in there, and I want to get back into sewing. I haven't done any of my Christmas sewing projects because just before we went on holiday, my iron broke, and as you all know, if you're a sewist, you need an iron for pressing and opening seams and just getting everything nice and flat. And when we came back, I did order one of those super duper sewer's irons, the ones that sort of raise themselves back up. And I ordered it, and the shop I ordered it from had said their suppliers had let them down, so I had to wait a little bit longer, and it arrived yesterday. So along with a pile of ironing that I've got here in the craft room, I want to start some of my sewing projects. And I've also discovered a lady who lives locally to me who's a dressmaker. She makes adjustments, and she used to do sewing classes. So I've contacted her and said, would she be willing to spend a few hours with me teaching me how to get the fit right and how to do blocks so you can have blocks to your own body and then use those along with the patterns to get the right fit. And she said she would, so I'm hoping to be able to do that with her soon. I did say September, but I've gone off track now, haven't I? So anyway, that will be coming soon as well. So we went to Cirencester Park. We stayed there for 5 nights. And then we went on to Upton upon Severn to the Sunshine Festival, which is an 80s music festival. And it was so much fun. And it was the first time we'd taken Seren the pod away sort of off grid, in that we didn't have any electric. And she has got a little solar panel on the top, so we hope that would run the fridge effectively. Gosh, that's hard to say. And it did, and we went from the Friday to the bank holiday Monday at the end of August, and it was beautiful weather again. And we have been there before to a festival called Mellow, which is a much smaller festival. But we arrived at this one and it was huge. It was fields and fields of camping, and our camping field was right at the end of all the camping fields. It was nice and quiet, and it was only sort of half full, and you could walk through that along to the river, and beautiful walks, lovely, lovely countryside. Upton is a really nice place if you want to go and visit it. You can stay in the town, and there's lovely river walks and boat rides along the river. And now the festival itself, there was just a sea of flags. Everyone in their caravans or tents had their poles with all different flags on, and it was just such a good feeling. It's a family festival, so all the family are welcome, dogs, everything, and we really enjoyed the acts. I wanted to go and see Adam Ant because I used to love Adam and the Ants when I was younger. And so he was on the Sunday. We saw Musical Youth and Haircut 100. Lulu was there. Toya was there on the Thursday, but we didn't get the tickets for that, unfortunately. There was a Kevin and Perry experience, a Tom Jones experience. They weren't the real people if they were experiences, but it was just wonderful. There was loads of stalls. I didn't take any footage inside the festival itself. It's a bit awkward because there's lots of people, and I don't really want to film people that I haven't asked permission for, but I did film the field we stayed in, and it was so nice. Everyone was friendly. They had lots of toilets, and they were cleaning them all the time, and showers, and you could walk from the festival over the bridge into Upton itself, and that's a lovely little town, like I say. So we had a great time. Then we came home on the bank holiday Monday, and I was already full of cold. Caught a cold on the last day of the festival and was ill all week. I'm still not 100% now, my throat, but I've got a drink here with me. So yeah, so that was all good fun. And now we're into September. The children are back in school, and Martin's back in college. I'm back in work, and well, so it will roll on. It's my daughter's birthday in September. Then we've got Halloween in October, and my grandson's birthday in November, and bonfire night, and then obviously Christmas. So lots and lots to look forward to as the nights draw in. So I hope you're all keeping well and have enjoyed your summer too. Let me know what you've been up to, and I shall see you all again next month. Bye.